Yo, what's up? This is the Xpeng or Xpeng P7. It's the all-wheel drive performance model. Yes. Do you see this face? This is a very excited Tesla Bjørn. So, you know, when people ask me, hey, Tesla Bjørn, when are you going to test the Polestar 2? Well, sorry, bud. I'm too busy testing the P7. But man, this is such a car. There will be lots of videos about this car. As we record it today, it's Monday, and I can keep it until Friday. Well, I guess Friday morning. So I will have lots of days to test this car. So where do we start? It's kind of late now. It is, what's the time? Oh yeah, 10:30. So they delivered to me, Xpeng delivered to me to my home at 7 this evening, and the battery was around 60%. I'm going to do acceleration and noise test, and I have to say, this thing is quiet. Yeah. And the price, by the way, for this performance model will be similar to a model. Well, actually, I heard that it might be lower than the Model 3 Performance. So it means that if you go for the rear-wheel drive, it would be, I guess, in the same league as the Model 3 non-performance long range. It has an 80.9 kilowatt-hour net capacity battery. I don't know about the gross capacity, maybe 85 kilowatt-hour or something. And yeah, okay, by the way, why am I here? Okay, this is a Chinese car. It has Chinese software. It has Chinese charging port, GBT. It has two charge ports on the Chinese version. The GBT that looks like a Chanamo is behind here. I don't think I can open it right now because I'm charging. I will always explain why, what the heck is going on here. And this is a weird bastard cable. It's a Type 2 with the wrong gender. So it works now. And the car has onboard 11 kilowatt charger, but we're getting 6 kilowatt right now on AC. We cannot fast charge this car. There will be no 1,000 kilometer challenge yet. But again, this is a Chinese car. And you know, Xpeng, they shipped one car out of China and they sent it to Norway. So you're looking at it right now. This is the first Xpeng P7 outside of China. So give it some slack, okay? They still haven't ported the hardware or the software yet. So yeah, man, I just have to look at the exterior. It is so gorgeous, man. Can't believe it. I don't remember the measurements right now, but it's actually bigger external wise. It's bigger than the Model S. Bigger than the Model 3. Size wise, it stands between the Model S and the Model 3 roughly. And by the way, yes, I have to comment the parking. There will be so many keyboard warriors there commenting my parking, but you know what I do nowadays? I don't answer them, I just ban them. So, do you see anyone else charging here? Huh? Do you see anyone else charging here? You don't? Okay, so what do you have to say about my parking? If anyone would come here, I will of course move the car. So for everyone else who's been a dickhead, enjoy your ban. Yeah, anyway, so I guess you're dying to know what it looks like. I guess we can just, I'm gonna make a video where I measure everything, but I guess you guys can't wait to see. This one looks like the G3 key fob. Here we have the trunk, fairly deep. Now I haven't figured out if you can lift this one. It doesn't seem like it. We have Dyn Audio speaker system. Dyn Audio has a wide range of speakers. I've been told that this is the higher end of Dyn Audio. It's not the cheap version of Dyn Audio. And I tested the sound system. It sounds freaking great, man. Yeah. Okay, and then let me show you the back. There's some mosquitoes here, so I should be careful I don't let them in. So I will also give you guys a better tour. It's getting late now. I'll give you a better tour in the daytime. Today we have to do the acceleration test. The problem is that it's going to rain a lot this week. So unfortunately, when I have this car, it will rain a lot. So that's why I have to try to coordinate everything. I'm going to show you guys, by the way, the tires. It comes in 18, 19 and 20 inch. We have the 19 inch Michelin Pilot Sport 4, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Pilot Sport 4. So I checked the tire pressure. It's supposed to be 2.7 bar on the rear and 2.5 bar in the front. And again, this is an all-wheel drive version, so it's slightly less efficient than the front, the rear-wheel drive. And then, okay, show you guys inside. Whoa, look at this. Perforated seat, ventilation on this side, perforated seat on the other side, not ventilation on the passenger side. Okay, the sound when you close the door. Door handle is like this. Now that sound sounds a little bit cheap. Other than that, frameless windows. Okay, sound system is there. The speakers come up. I don't know why it doesn't come up now. Maybe I have to play some music, but I guess I'll show that in another video. So like I mentioned, everything here is Chinese because it's a Chinese car. They are working on the software, by the way, to translate it. So right now, like I mentioned earlier, it can only take 6 kilowatt AC. So I don't know why it can't take 3-phase. It's supposed to be, oh, you heard a dunk. That was the door handle that popped in. Okay, you can see it there, kinda. And then when I open it, you will hear that popping sound, by the way. That sound is a little bit cheap, to be honest, but everything else in here sounds great. So ideally, I want to be at 95% or whatever when I do the launch test. So yeah, by the way, NEDC and VLTP, you can actually switch, but well, you cannot switch while you're charging. I don't know why. This one says that you cannot switch while you're charging. So I guess I will, I don't know, man. It's going to take 1 hour and 45 minutes to reach 90%. So I think I will charge for a little bit and then we go for it. So it'll be maybe 80% when we do the launch. So that would be good enough. So this one on paper is going to do 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds. That's what we're going to test today, and we measure the noise. So the rest will come in another video. Launch number 1.
60, 100.
What the heck was that sound? Ah, it's a sound from Draghi. Okay. Launch number 2.
60, 100.
Okay, we're gonna try again. Launch number 3. I don't know if this car has a launch mode, but if I hold down the brake and then push the throttle, we might be able to kind of launch it.
60, 100.
Launch number 4, holding the brakes.
100.
Okay, we are back home now and let's take a look at the result. So here we see the Draghi report. You know, there's the first one, second, third and fourth, and for some reason the second run tends to be the fastest one. Now for you guys who don't know, the first run I do it, okay, first and second run is done in one loop, and then I go back again and then I redo. So third and fourth run is basically just a rerun of the first and second, but then the battery has gone down a little bit, not that much, maybe just a few percent, but it tends to be the second run that is the best one. And then also over here, and also you see that the second run always has the slightly lower slope, and I actually don't know why it's not consistent, because this is supposed to also be the same as the second run when it comes to slope. And also the temperature here doesn't always correspond with what the car reports. But okay, whatever, this is based on some GPS data. Now let's take a look at Google Sheet then. So as expected, P7 Performance, okay, maybe it's not called it's called P7 all-wheel drive high performance or whatever. It's way too long, man. We just call it P7 Performance or P7P, maybe that's what people are calling it. They call it XP7P, yeah. Like the M3, yeah, Model 3. Okay, but look here, okay. So, according to the specification, it's supposed to be 4.3 seconds. Now, we did it slower than spec, but the battery was charged to about 85%. And by the time I reached that launch point, yeah, I don't know how much it was, but it was in the 80 something. But the battery wasn't heated up that much. And I don't know too much about the chemistry in this battery, but I suspect that they haven't put too much cobalt in here, which means that the battery and the drivetrain or whatever is more sensible. No, wait, that was not the word. More sensitive to heat. So just like a Model 3, if the battery hasn't been heated enough, it will not perform as good as if it was heated up. Unlike cars with lots of cobalt in the battery, then they have more, you can say, consistent performance, like maybe the Porsche or the e-tron or whatever. But okay, so and also I also checked, by the way. This car comes with some, to focus there. This car comes with some Asian size manual. I used Google Translate to try to find if there is any launch mode, but you know, I was in sport mode, but still there is no launch mode as far as I understand. So my explanation is that maybe the battery is just cold, and yeah, that's it. So we can try again some other day, but you say, okay, why didn't you heat up the battery, Bjørn? Huh? That's sloppy work. No, how the heck am I supposed to do it? Because I can drive hard, but then I'd run down the battery. Okay, then what I could do probably is to slow charge to 100% and then hyper mile to that stretch. And okay, by the time I maybe not hyper, but drive, yo-yo, launch, and then regen, and then launch and regen to heat up the battery, and then by the time I get to the launch point, I might be at 90% and the battery will be nice and warm. But I simply cannot heat up the battery by slow charging it. That's the problem. So yeah, this time 4.47 might not be the best time. We might get better times once we can fast charge, once we can heat up the battery better. That's my guess so far, but we don't know really. And then, okay, how is it compared to Tesla? Well, I mean, Model 3 Performance is just in a completely different league when it comes to speed. It just launches like a rocket. And then you see that by the time the Model 3 Performance has reached... no, wait, how do you look at this? Yeah, whatever. You guys can look at the numbers. I don't want to overanalyze it. But also what I noticed is that the P7 is, okay, it's kind of slow, slightly off the line, but then it goes like a rocket. So you can see it, if you compare with, for example, the e-tron, which did have launch control, that, okay, the e-tron was faster off the line, but already at 20 kilometers per hour, the P7 was faster, and then it just goes like a rocket. And also, I always tend to compare this one, the P7, with MG, and you see that, okay, MG also again faster off the line, but then past 20 kilometers per hour it just falls way behind. Yeah, but what you guys want to see maybe, or you don't know, is the noise, man. So look here, Xpeng P7 Performance. Look at those other cars below and above. Below we actually have Model S Performance Raven, but that's with 21-inch wheels. And then Model X, what is this? I think this is Optimus Prime. It's actually, I'm not sure. I think this is supposed to be Model X Performance. And so on. So you have expensive cars here that has more or less the same noise level. Okay, Model 3 long range, this is MC Hammer with soundproofing. I don't know how much of soundproofing helps. And then it has 18-inch wheels. wind run, but with those heavy OXO rims. I used them last year, so they're kind of ugly, but okay, heavy. But you see, even that one is noisier than the Xpeng, at least at lower speed. At higher speed, okay, kind of matches there. But if you try to look closer, Porsche Taycan versus P7, you see neck on neck, neck on neck. Okay, Taycan is better. Even I-Pace, you know, you consider I-Pace premium car, right? Look at the noise level. And this guy is using the balloon tires, 18-inch, 65 profile. When you try more normal dimensions, let's say 19 or 20-inch that many Norwegians use, even the I-Pace will be noisier than P7. So, man, the P7 is really comfortable. Yeah, I'm looking at the number here and I'm like, wait a minute, we have German cars here. We have, just for fun now, let's compare the P7 with e-tron. You see that, okay, at 80 kilometers per hour, it's noisier, but at 100, well, I don't know what the heck happened here. Yeah, I think this one is a little bit unfair. It should be maybe 1 decibel lower. Maybe it was a truck that passed or whatever. But well, even if a truck passes, it's just a spike, then it evens out when you measure for about 30 seconds. But still, see, the P7 can almost keep up with the German cars. Well, okay, not as good as EQC, but still. Man, think about this. Chinese car. Yeah, this is the best Chinese car so far. So if you're bothered by noise in a Tesla and you want something different, then the P7 or Xpeng. Xpeng, as far as I experience now, is the closest to a Tesla when it comes to tech and features and the whole look and feel. Well, you say, well, but they copy Tesla. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to comment on that one. But, yeah. But okay, it doesn't have tow hook. So if tow hook is a deal breaker for you, then no. But on the other hand, Taycan people, they don't care too much, right? People are different. So for me, okay, well, is this adjustable? Yes, it's adjustable. You see, it's not really, okay, it might have parts of the Taycan undercarriage or whatever, or Porsche undercarriage, but still, when you, that wouldn't be in a Taycan, right? So it's, you don't expect a Taycan here, but still, on the other hand, I feel like this is premium stuff. Okay, we have speaker here, by the way. When I make a phone call, the sound on the conversation will suddenly come here, not the rest of the car. And it hasn't been enabled, but you can also get some music here, plus the rest here. So, yeah, the downside with this is that it tends to block my blind spot when I'm turning like this. Well, now I have a little bit tilted backwards, but this tends to block that blind spot. But I will recover, I will cover that in other episodes. This is a very long acceleration and noise test video already. So, yeah, are we done with this video? I don't want to leave the car. Me wants it, but you know what I say. Back in the days, I said that, no, I'm not going to get the Tesla Model X. And then what happened? And then I said, no, Model 3 is great, but no, I don't think I'm going to buy it. I can't live without the instrument cluster. And you saw what happened. Okay, anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.